So, good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic moment generating function. It is an important concept in the Unit 2 mathematical statistics. First, we see the definition of a moment generating function. Let us take a random variable capital X. Now we are going and f of x represents the probability function. So we are going to find the moment generating function of a random variable x about the origin is defined like this. Mx of t is equal to integral e per tx into f of x dx for continuous probability function. Whenever f of x is a continuous probability distribution, you have to find the integral value of e per tx into f of x dx. That will give you the moment generating function of the random variable x. And whenever whenever f of x is a discrete probability distribution, in that case you have to find the sum of the e per tx into f of x dx. That is called the definition for the finding moment generating function of a discrete probability distribution. So this is the definition. Next we find the moment generating function mx of t. In general, it is my mx of t is defined as expectation of e per tx. So we know that e of expectation of e per tx value. Now we know that e per tx is in the lower classes. We have already seen that the value of the e power x is 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus etc. x cube by 3 factorial. Here instead of we are finding the value of e power tx value we are finding. Instead of x we substitute tx in the formula. So therefore expected e power tx is equal to 1 plus tx by 1 factorial plus t square by 2 factorial plus t square x square by 2 factorial plus etc. t power r x power r by r factorial. Now we take expectation for individually over every time. So expectation of 1 is 1, expectation of tx by 1 factorial. So here t by 1 factorial is constant, you take t by 1 factorial outside and we find the expectation for only random variable x. So therefore e of x. And in the third term you take t square by 2 factorial outside and then you get e of x square etc. And here you take t power r by r factorial outside and we find the value of expectation of x power r, e of x power r. And we know that already in the first unit we have discussed that mu1 dash is the first moment about the origin is mu1 dash and it is e of x. And mu2 dash is nothing but the second moment about the origin and it is e of x square value. And similarly we can show that mu r dash is nothing but rth moment about the origin and it is obtained by e of x power r. So e of x power r is nothing but rth moment about the origin mu r dash. So here we can see that the moment generating function is used to find the moments of the given probability distribution. Here the mu1 dash, mu2 dash, mu3 dash are called the moments of the probability distribution. So just by finding the moment generating function mx of t value and by finding the coefficient of t by 1 factorial you will get first moment about the origin. And by finding the coefficient of t square by 2 factorial we will get second moment the origin. So hence we see that the MGF, the main use of the MGF is used to find the moments of the various probability distribution functions. So this is the examples we have given here. So MGF is used to find the moments of the probability distribution. Next we see the properties of the moment generating function. So let capital X be a random variable and C be a constant. So now we have to find the moment generating function of the random variable Cx. Mcx of t equal to we have to show that mx of ct. That is the idea. We are going to prove it now. Here so mcx of t is equal to, by definition we are applying mx of t equal to e of e per tx. Instead of x we are having cx. So therefore next we see the properties of the moment generating function. Let x be a random variable and c be a constant. Then here mcx of t is equal to e of e power t into cx. So here expectation of e power t into cx, we replace it, and t into cx can be written as ct into x, e of e power ct into x. This is nothing but a mct of x. And next we find the moment generating function about the central moment mean mu. So here mu is called the central moment. We are going to find the moment generating function about the moment mu. So therefore again we apply the formula expectation of e of e power t into, instead of x we write it as x minus mu. So we know that the formula for e of e power tx is so mx of moment generating function mx minus mu of t is equal to expectation of e of e power t into x minus mu. We replace e of e power tx minus mu can be written as e of t power x into e power minus mu t. Now you take e power minus mu t outside and take expectation for the e power tx. E of e power tx is nothing but, again from the definition, it is mx of t. So therefore we have find the moment generating function about the mean mu is nothing but e power minus mu t into moment generating function of the random variable x with respect to t. That is e power minus mu t into mx of t. Next we find the additive property of the moment generating function. You take two independent random variable x1 and x2. The random variables are said to be independent if expectation of x1 into x2 is equal to expectation of x1 into expectation of x2. That is the e of xy is equal to e of x into e of y. We have seen in the first unit. That idea we are extending here. So now in this proof what we are going to show that the moment generating function of the sum of the two random variable independent random variables x1 plus x2 is equal to product of the moment generating functions, namely mx1 of t into mx2 of t. The proof again we are obtained by applying the definition of the mx of t. So therefore moment generating function of the random variable x1 plus x2 of t equal to expectation of e power t into x1 plus x2. So you write like this e power t x1 into e power t x2, and take since x1 and x2 are independent random variables, we can find the expectation for separately for e power t x1 and e power t x2. So therefore expectation of e power t x1 into e power t x2 is nothing but expectation of e power t x1 into expectation of e power t x2. This is nothing but again a definition of mgf of x1 and mgf of x2. So therefore we have shown that the moment generating function of the two independent random variables moment generating function of the sum of the two independent random variables x1 plus x2 is nothing but the product of the moment generating functions of the random variables x1 and x2. And similarly, we can find the moment generating function about the any point. So instead of mean, we take any value. So that any value is a we have written. The proof is similar to the moment of the similar to we have already discussed in the earlier proof about the mean. So here you replace mu by a and we get the same result. That's all. So here we have found out the moment generating function about the point a, m x a minus of t equal to e of e power t into x minus a. So now a power you multiply t inside it, so e power tx minus ta, and we know that a power m minus n is equal to a power m into a power n. So therefore using mathematical operations e power tx into e power minus at, you take e power minus at outside and you find the expectation for e power tx. This is again a definition of mx of t. Similarly, the additive property of the moment generating function can be extended for n random variables. The proof we have seen it for 2 random variables. The property can be extended for n random variables. So here in the proof is also similar to the 2 random variables proof. So we have to show that we have to find the moment generating function of the sum of the n independent random variables is equal to the product of their respective moment generating functions. You take x1, x2, xn are the n independent random variables. So therefore we have to find the moment generating function of the sum of the, find their sum x1 plus x2 plus xn. The moment generating function of their sum equal to the product of their moment generating functions. So again we are applying the formula alone. Mx of t equal to e of e power t into x. Here instead of x we are given that x1 plus x2 plus xn. So therefore expectation of, again we have applied the formula for mx of t. And using mathematical operations you multiply t inside with each term x1, x2, x3, xn, and again applying the mathematical operations e power tx1 into e power tx2 into etc. e power txn. And since the random variables x1, x2, x3, xn are independent, we can expectations for separately. So therefore e of e power tx1 into e of e power tx2 into e of t per txn. And again these are all nothing but mx1 of t into mx2 of t into mxn of t. So the proof is very simple. And next we see some problems based on the moment generating function. So in our problem we are given f of x is a continuous random variable and which takes the value between interval x takes the value between minus 1 to 2. So whenever the interval is given, the random variable is the continuous random variable. So we have already seen that for the continuous random variable, you have to integrate it. The moment generating function is nothing but e of e power tx, that is expectation of e power tx, and it is obtained by integrating the value e power tx into f of x into dx. This is the basic formula earlier we have seen. And here we are given that the probability density function f of x is nothing but 1 by 3. So therefore f of x is replaced by 1 by 3, and also the x takes the value between minus 1 to 2. So therefore the minus infinity plus infinity is defined between minus 1 to 2. And 1 by 3 is constant, you take 1 by 3 outside. When e power tx is integrated, you will get e power tx divided by t. Here t is a constant. We are integrating with respect to x alone. So then we apply the upper limit minus lower limit we are getting. By substituting x is equal to 2, you will get e power 2t minus lower limit. In the lower limit you replace x by minus 1, so e power minus t. So 1 by 3t into e power 2t minus e power minus t. This is one simple example. We have found out the moment generating function for the continuous random variable x for the probability density function f of x. And we see one more example, the moment generating function for the function f of x is equal to theta into e power minus theta x, x greater than 0. So here again we are finding the where x takes the value between 0 to infinity. In a similar fashion, we can also, hence from this you have to find the mean and the variance. So first we have already seen that the moment generating functions are used to find the moments. That is mu1 dash is the first moment and mu2 dash is the second moment. With the help of mu1 dash and mu2 dash we can find the variance. So the proof is very similar. Again we have applied the formula m naught of t equal to mx of t equal to e of e power tx. We have applied the definition for it, e power tx into f of x into dx, integral 0 to infinity. Here x is defined for positive values, x greater than 0. So therefore its minimum value is 0 and upper maximum value is infinity. Now within the interval 0 to infinity, e power tx into f of x is replaced by e theta into e power minus theta x. This is given in the problem. And theta is constant, you take theta outside and then e power tx into e power minus theta x. From this time you take minus sign outside. So therefore minus of theta minus t into x will come. Why we are taking minus outside in the sense? While you are substituting infinity for x, you will get e power minus infinity. The value of e power minus infinity is 0 and the value of e power 0 is 1. While applying the upper limit, we will get e power minus infinity. The e power minus infinity is 0. So now you integrate, first you integrate this term e of e power minus of theta minus t into x. So now we are, this is nothing here, theta minus t is constant. So therefore we have already seen the proof, that is the formula. Whenever we are integrating e power minus theta in theta minus t into x, you will get e power minus theta minus t into x divided by minus of theta minus t. Applying the limits, upper limit minus lower limit, you replace x by infinity, you will get e power minus of theta minus t into infinity. This is the theta minus t into infinity is infinity. Finally, you will get minus infinity. The value of e power minus infinity will be equivalent to 0. The value of e power minus infinity is 0. So therefore, and e power 0 is 1. So minus of minus will get 1 by theta minus t. You will get the theta by theta minus t as answer. And theta by minus t can be written as 1 minus t by theta the whole power minus 1. We know that 1 minus x power minus 1 is from the binomial expansion. 1 minus x power minus 1 is 1 plus x square plus etc. So therefore here x, we replace x by t by theta. So you will get 1 plus t by theta plus t by theta whole square plus t by theta whole cube etc. This is the moment generating function. So now you from these two terms you have to find the coefficients of t by 1 factorial and t square by 2 factorial. So in the second term t by, you take t, find the coefficient of t by 1 factorial is 1 by theta. So t by 1 factorial is, we know that mu r dash is equal to coefficient of t power r by r factorial. That is rth moment about the origin is, this is the formula. Now you have to find the mu1 dash. Mu1 dash is nothing but the coefficient of t by 1 factorial. So from the from this term, find the coefficient of t by 1 factorial. here. The coefficient of t by 1 factorial is 1 by theta. That 1 by theta we have written here. But here the coefficient of t square by 2 factorial you need. But no 2 factorial is present. So multiply and 2 factorial, the value of 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1, that is 2. So in the term t by theta whole square, you multiply and divide by 2, and finding the coefficient of t square by 2 factorial, you will get 2 by theta square as answer. The coefficient of t square by 2 factorial is 2 by theta square. The coefficient of t square by 2 factorial is 2 by theta square. And we know that the variance is equal to mu 2 dash minus mu 1 dash square. That formula we have discussed in the plus 2 level. So the value of mu 2 dash is nothing but the second moment about the origin, and it is we have found out that value is 2 by theta square. So therefore here the value of mu 2 dash is 2 by theta square. Value of mu 1 dash is 1 by theta the whole square. So 1 by theta the whole square is nothing but 1 by theta square. 2 by theta square minus 1 by theta square will bring you 1 by theta square is the final answer. So now we have found out the mean and variance for the given problem. So thank you students. If you are having any doubts, clarify in this video. Thank you. Once again we meet.